Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for quarter 2 of 2023. We're just going to jump right in here, and each row is going to represent something different. In your first row here, you have this card that says, if you need to break the rules, do it with conviction to make a difference. And you have this recognition card that says you will get the recognition you and the rewards you deserve. You're not going to get recognized if no one knows who you are. Exactly. I kind of feel like the rules, these aren't really rules, but it reminds me of like needing to have an opinion, you know? It's like, you know, especially, I feel this a lot with social media. It's like people who just try to sit on a fence and, you know, who don't have a feeling about anything one way or the other, they usually don't get very far, right? You're always going to offend somebody, and no matter what you say. I like, you know, just go look at my comments on some of my older videos. I can say the most harmless thing possible, and it's going to offend someone. Right? But you can't care. And I feel like for some of you, it's like you're in this first row. It looks to me like you're trying to either build something important or, you know, you're trying to do something with your life. But I get this feeling of like worrying too much about like what people think, or, you know, could be, this could be anything, you know, it could be social media people. So, you know, that could be part of it. Or it could be your family as well. Or it could be like friends, people that you know, right? And that's like the kind of like the fear that I get here, Aquarius. But again, I think that for you, Aquarius, it's really, really important that you stand out, that you get some recognition, and that you take control of your life with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, I think people don't realize, like, it's a very good card, but it's like sometimes I think the way some readers read it, and again, this is not a criticism on those readers. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm just saying that sometimes, like, I think that they make it seem like it's just like a jackpot, you know what I mean? Which actually I am getting the word jackpot in your reading. But the thing is it can represent a jackpot, you know, something good coming in for you, or something that changes your destiny. But it's not like gambling, you know, it's not like a gambling jackpot. It's like something that you have to work for. It's something that you have to put the work into. And it's something also, the other thing with the Wheel of Fortune is that we really have to pay attention to like what we're taking control of. We go this way, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So it's like kind of like saying that you will be receiving the rewards for the work that you have done, but you have to do the work. So that's what I'll say there. In your first row here, you have this Hierophant card. Again, I feel like this is what you have to break free from. You know, it's funny because I always talk about the Hierophant kind of reminding me of Neptune and Pisces. We have Neptune and Pisces right now, and Neptune and Pisces is a direct challenge to traditional belief, meaning that, you know, we all have certain beliefs in life, and sometimes like those beliefs might not serve us, whatever those beliefs are, right? But Neptune, these beliefs that we have from Neptune and Pisces are usually like, you know, ancestral beliefs, things that come from our family. Could be the way we were raised, or, you know, the childhood, what we experienced. And Neptune and Pisces, part of it is to challenge these beliefs. And I really believe that the Hierophant is to challenge those beliefs. And not only that, you go from the Hierophant to the Three of Pentacles to the Tower. Everyone's had the Tower practically. I think only a couple signs didn't have the Tower so far. And so, you know, again, global Tower moments. We're going to see a ton of them over the next 10 years. But what I would say is I kind of feel like this is saying that other people maybe are triggering you. And is this a bad thing? I would say, hell no. I think this is a good thing. I feel for some of you, this Three of Pentacles is saying that maybe over the last year or so, you've had some situations where you are realizing like the relationships, and I'm not just talking about love here, I'm talking about all relationships. You're realizing like which relationships kind of lifted you up and which kind of have dragged you down. You know, you have this crab here, and, you know, we always talk about the crab in the bucket. You know, crabs, if a crab tries to escape a bucket, all the crabs bring the crab back down, right? And I kind of feel that you've had some crab in the bucket moments where you've been pulled back down into, you know, maybe it was like a past relationship, or, you know, something going on with your family, or whatever the case may be. And it's almost like this reading is saying these triggers were to, you know, teach you how to get out of it, which is a good thing. You have the Six of Pentacles here. It's like I feel like you understand now, like what you can give to and what you can't give to. For some of you, it's crazy because I feel like some of you are healing like generational trauma, which is pretty significant. For others, I feel like you could be, kind of like healing yourself or, something else by kind of understanding what to give energy to and what not to give energy to. And this is going to be very important for you. I do feel like you're trying to create more balance in your life because, again, for some of you, I feel like you feel like the crab in the bucket right now, where you feel like you're being maybe pulled down, and that Six of Pentacles is trying to work your way out. The King of Pentacles is a card of convention. Basically, he represents the way things have always been done. So I always say that, he kind of represents just needing to look for other ways of doing things, needing to, do things differently or, come up with some other way of doing something. And that's what I feel for you, for sure. You have this crab card. It says, consider the unconventional, take a sideways approach. Yes, doing things you've never done before, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a card of convention, and this says unconventional. So the King of Pentacles, he does things the same over and over and over again. It's funny because I usually call him my Blockbuster card. Like, Blockbuster used to exist. They had a chance to buy Netflix, by the way, and they didn't. And so they died. And that is basically the King of Pentacles, is on the negative side of things. If he doesn't make a change, then nothing changes and he stays the same. So don't be afraid to live a different life. It's like I feel like you are realizing that maybe where you've come from or your history or your family, it's like that doesn't have to be your story. And a lot of you, I feel like the recognition you could be receiving is because you're changing your story. Again, this goes along very well with the astrology as well. You have the Four of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. I do feel like you're overcoming something in this row. The Four of Cups is a card of like contemplation and apathy. I also feel like it's like saying you don't have to stay stuck if you feel stuck. I don't think this is true for all of you, but for some of you, I feel you could feel stuck in some area of life. And, Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So, there could be people who want to help you or a person or a situation that could help you get out of this. And you also have the Eight of Pentacles, which is kind of like actually really that Eight of Pentacles tells me that you probably are doing things to work out of a stuck situation. I also feel like some of you maybe have made some decisions where you thought the grass would be greener on the other side and it wasn't. And so I feel like you've had the realization, as they say, the grass is greener where you water it. So I feel like you are, and again, that makes sense, by the way, right here with the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you are realizing that the only person that can control a situation is you. Exactly what I said at the beginning of the reading with that Wheel of Fortune. I really feel really good about this reading here, Aquarius. I really feel it's pretty simple. It's like you're just taking control of your life. I feel like you're watering situations and you're saying, well, I can make this good or bad. I can make this a positive situation or I can make this a negative situation. It's up to me. So which I love because like when we do that, then we take control of our life. You have the Three of Pentacles. Again, I feel like there could be people who could want to help you or who are helping you. So definitely a big fan of working on a team right now. I also feel that, again, some of you are just getting recognition for the work that you're doing. This is a card of quality work, and it just says focus on the quality. Don't worry about the quantity of the work. And again, this has come up for basically everyone. I would say that this is Pluto going from Capricorn to Aquarius. Sometimes I feel, well, I mean, it is true that it's like just because a planet leaves the sign doesn't mean that we stop learning from that sign. So, Pluto and Capricorn is all about efficiency and leaving, especially as it's leaving Capricorn going into Aquarius. It's going to retrograde back into Capricorn this year, but it doesn't matter. I would say that it's all about doing things the right way, but efficient, being the most efficient that you possibly can, like in work, in business. And this to me is like saying, is what you're doing efficient? Are you doing things the best way possible, or are you just doing a job just to do a job, or are you just doing your business just to do a business? And there is no right or wrong answer here. It's more about looking for the answer than it is actually having the right answer. So, there you go. I would also say this is saying, is there, I always say that on this card that this right here is a water triangle. This is a fire triangle. This is a water triangle. The water triangle is like the icing on the cake. It says, is is there something you can do to give your job, your business, or even like if you're working on a relationship, is there something that you can do to kind of like give it a little razzle dazzle, right? Is there something you can do to spice things up, to make them more exciting? I also think sometimes like in relationships, for example, you don't pay attention maybe to the person's love language, for example. It's like, are you doing things that don't matter to the person? Not a criticism. It's just like, is there a more efficient way you could love a person? Is there a more efficient way they could love you that you could tell them about as well and be like, hey, you keep giving me these flowers, but I don't give a shit about flowers. I just throw them out. So it's like, I prefer quality time. It's like, open your mouth, right? And I think again, you've probably all heard me say it before. I think that the astrology for like the next 20 years and beyond, even past Pluto and Aquarius, is like we have to open our mouths. We have to say things to the person that we're with in a relationship, or we have to, kind of like say things in our business to the people that we work with when they do something we don't like. We can't just let it like build up, right? You have this Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, definitely a victory. So I feel there could be some sort of major victory coming in for you. I also feel that this could just be your truth, which I'm pretty sure you've been getting this with me for like the past few weeks. It looks to me like there's some sort of inner truth, like something that you believe is true in your life. And I don't know why you're going back and forth on it. Maybe there are people who are preventing you from living some sort of truth. But when we go this way, it's like a new beginning. We go this way, it's like you're focusing on yourself with the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you are starting to say like, I can't live other people's truths anymore. I can't worry about what other people are going to think about me because I've been doing that for too long. And, I feel like that's what you're saying here, Aquarius. And that's part of this, taking back control of your life, which is what I feel like you're doing in this reading. Next, in your next row, you have this House card and this Privileged Lady card. Some of you could be moving. Some of you could be feeling very privileged as well. You do have the Tower in this row, and the Tower can just represent a move, by the way. So definitely could be a move for some of you. For others, I kind of feel that this could be like a privileged person. You could actually be surprised. Like if you're looking, I wouldn't really call this a love reading, just so you know. But what I would say, if you do want love, you could be kind of surprised that you're attracting like a privileged person. Doesn't matter what gender, or someone who works really hard. They could have their own house. They could be very stable or secure. For the most part, what I'm getting here, though, is that you are focused on this and this right here. These two cards. Eight of Pentacles is like putting work into something, getting a result. I always say that it's material success on the horizon. Two of Pentacles is more about like how much you put into something and what you get back. And, I kind of feel like that's been out of balance, where maybe you overgive, maybe you undergive, maybe you give in work and you don't get anything back for it. So I really feel you're kind of like more focused on what you get from something, and, but in a good way. It's like you're wanting to make sure that there is balance in what you receive. I feel like you're wanting to make sure that you actually get what you deserve from, pretty much any situation, doesn't matter what it is. And, that seems to be what's going on here with the Two of Pentacles. I do get like a rebalancing of your finances as well, but it's, again, I'm going to show you here. Number one, we go this way, like I said, Nine of Pentacles, you're focusing on your own independence and, being able to take care of yourself financially. And then, but if we go this way, you have the Fool. And he's going towards the Eight of Pentacles. So I really feel if you really want to improve your finances, then, I would be focusing on kind of doing something new. The other thing that's popping into my head is one of my favorite books of all time. It's called Skip the Line by James Altucher. And in that book, he talks about the 64-4 rule, which is like the 80-20 of the 80-20. And I don't really know how the math works. I failed math my whole entire life. But the whole point is that he says that most millionaires have like 7 streams of income or whatever it is, right? And he says if you do the 64-4 of whatever it is that you're doing, then you can start another project and do the 64-4 of that and another, and eventually you'll have like 7 streams of income. It would almost be as if I went down to like my 64 would be the monthly readings. Like, usually my monthlies do better than the weeklies. So if I were to like just go, I'm not going to do this, don't worry here, Aquarius, but it's as if I went down to that and had another channel, right? Then you're using your time more wisely. You're doing what's important and you're cutting the rest. And, I feel like, number one, read that book if you want. It's a really good book. But number two, I kind of feel like some of you, again, are becoming more efficient in life, which is good. You have the Tower here. Not going to sugarcoat it. I definitely feel you've had a Tower moment in your life here, Aquarius. And so, I feel for some of you, it's like you had some sort of, something came crashing down, is what I'd say. Could be a relationship, could be a business. I think, just intuitively, I feel like there was like a lot not right about the situation, whatever it was, right? It's like maybe, like sometimes I think we can even be in a relationship. It's like, it's not bad. Maybe there's nothing bad going on, but also maybe it's just not going anywhere, just like stuck, stagnant, stale, nothing's happening, right? So again, maybe it's not a bad person, but I think almost like a tower had to happen so that both people could see reality. So if you had a tower moment in love, I feel like it was so that both people in this situation, you and this past person, if it's a past person, like needed to see reality. These people have been ignoring reality for too long, and that's why they're being brought back down to earth. As I always say, you're also watching tarot so that you can avoid things. People always say to me, your readings are too positive. There's a tower. It's going to be a bad week or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, if that's how you want tarot to be read, sure, your week is going to suck. Go enjoy that and do nothing about it. But that's not the whole point of tarot. The whole point of tarot is that so I can say, hey, here's a tower, pay the frick attention so that nothing happens, right? It's not like set in stone. You can control the outcome. The next 3 months haven't even happened yet. So what I would say here is what I feel like this is saying is it's saying like make sure you're making changes. Again, I think one of the most important things we could do during Pluto and Aquarius is experiment, and what I mean by that is if you have a business, try one tiny little new thing every single day. And again, I'm a living example here, people. It's like literally look at my channel from 4 years ago. I was like stuck at 34,000 subscribers, right? All I did, and it's free. I'm giving you this information for free. You don't even have to pay for it, right? All you have to do is one thing new every single day. That's all I did with my channel. I just started trying new things every single day. I still do it. Look at my channel. Like I said, look at all the experiments I run, right? It's like I don't do this for fun. Well, actually, it is fun for me because I'm a nerd. But what I would say is, I do this because it works. So what I would say here is the best way to avoid a tower is to not get stuck in convention, which we saw over here with the King of Pentacles. So avoid this tower in business and love and pretty much everything that you do. Next, for your next thing, you have this bear card. It says strength and resourcefulness. You also have this control card. It says releasing, taking back power. Are you kidding? I mean, like everything that I said at the beginning of your reading. I really feel that Wheel of Fortune that we're going to talk about in a minute is probably the most important card here. But I feel like you are taking back your power in life and you're kind of just regaining control. You have the Fool, the Hermit, and the Nine of Pentacles. On the Nine of Pentacles, I always say that she has 6 pentacles on one side, 3 on the other. The 6 pentacles say that she always keeps enough for herself, 6 pentacles, but she's willing to give 3 of her pentacles to any situation. I also always say it's like a percentage. It's not really an amount, that she is willing to give because she always fills her, own cups, even though it's not a cups card, because she's always fulfilling herself, that this amount over here is actually always growing. She always has more to give because she's never over giving, right? So it's about balance and making sure that you kind of give what you can in whatever situation, work, business, love, spiritually, whatever. And it's about making sure that you always give enough to yourself. There's something about your environment changing as well. There's a snail right here, and the snail on the Nine of Pentacles kind of represents your environment and, what you give to and what you receive from and all this other stuff. So I feel like some of you could be changing your environment. You have the Hermit here. I do feel like something needs to come to light here. It could be like a hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability that you have. So, don't be afraid to share your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. Some of you, it's kind of weird because I'm seeing these two cards as the same, even though they're not. No, that is not accurate tarot, but it's almost like you're turning into the Fool from the Hermit. I feel like you've learned your lessons in life and now you're just like taking control. I feel like now you're just ready to have a new journey, or you're ready to get moving in a new direction. And that's what I would say this last row is really talking about. You have this Clean It Up card. And so this is about cleaning up your vibration, but I do feel it could literally be talking about cleaning up your environment. This could be literal. I always use the example, like if you want love, but your apartment's a mess, you're probably not going to be, I think people don't realize those two things are connected. Because if your apartment's a mess or your house is a mess, you're not going to invite someone over. So you're not creating an environment of love. You're not creating an environment where someone can come over, right? Or whatever. So I say, clean, I think it's Jordan Peterson always says, clean your room, right? But that's why that is good advice, because it has nothing to do with your room being clean. It has to do with the energy that it creates. And so for a lot of you, I feel like there are things you have to clean up, maybe literally, but this could also be figuratively as well. There could be some, you might have limiting money beliefs, right? Maybe those are the things that you're kind of taking control on. Again, you could have ancestral beliefs with that Hierophant, where there are things that you believe because your parents believed them about whatever, money, health, whatever. And if by changing those beliefs and cleaning them up, you're like taking control of your life. You have the Queen of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, of course, is a card of success and things turning in your favor. I always say that we want to be at the center of the wheel. That's where the wheel is always spinning around us, right? But we see things coming. We're able to take control of our reality when we are at the center of the Wheel of Fortune, because we see things coming and kind of like going, both directions. We also control the wheel with our vibrations. There's a snake right here, which represents your vibes. So make sure to keep it positive. You have the Three of Cups as well. Three of Cups is a celebration. So I feel like there are some big celebrations coming in for you here. And finally, you have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, I feel, could be your energy, like seeing what you need to do with your life more clearly, and seeing the changes that you need to make. So there are definitely some big changes. It's a pretty simple reading for the next 3 months for you. I feel like there's not much to focus on other than you taking control of your reality. I would just try one new thing a day as well in whatever area of your life you want to improve. But this looks really good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy the next 3 months.